Hello and welcome to Straight to the Comments, where we read the comment sections of tabloid news articles. Please stay to the end of the video to hear my opinion on this topic, and of course let me know your opinion by leaving a comment. Please like and subscribe.
Tom Cruise never lets co-stars run next to him on screen, though he made an exception with the Mummy co-star Annabelle Wallis. Tom Cruise has become well known for many things during his storied Hollywood career, among them his running ability, though his co-star revealed that he never lets his co-stars run alongside him on screen. Annabelle Wallis, who starred alongside Cruise in the 2017 Universal Pictures remake of The Mummy, opened up about working with Cruise in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter on Thursday. Wallis earned the rare distinction of running with Cruise on screen, though she revealed it took some convincing. "I got to run on screen with him, but he told me no at first. He said, 'Nobody runs on screen with me,' and I said, but I'm a really good runner," Wallis said. "So, I would time my treadmill so that he'd walk in and see me run. And then he added all these running scenes," she added. "So, that was it. It was, like, better than an Oscar. I was so happy. I was so happy that I got to run on screen with Tom Cruise," she said. Wallis played Jenny Halsey, an archaeologist who reluctantly teams up with Cruise's Nick Morton, a Marine who she has a history with. The Mummy was supposed to launch the connected Dark Universe franchise, featuring several other horror remakes from Universal's vast library of classic horror characters. However, The Mummy severely underperformed at the domestic box office, taking in just $80.2 million, though it did fare better in foreign markets, $329 million. Still, it earned just $409.2 million from a $125 million budget, which, paired with lackluster reviews, basically brought the Dark Universe to a halt before it even began. Wallis, who has been dating Chris Pine for the past 2 years, is best known for playing Grace Burgess in the hit UK series Peaky Blinders. The best rated comments: "That's because he is short and doesn't want to be shown up. Tom is a despicable human being for choosing a church over his daughter, and for not stopping all the bad things that go on in his church. He knows about it. She's shorter than him, so of course he let her. He wants to be the star. It's his insecurity. He's also very short. There was a time I liked him, but when he started pushing his Scientology affiliation and ideology, he lost me, beginning with that Matt Lauer interview. Jumping on Oprah's couch to celebrate his engagement to Katie Holmes didn't help matters any. Choosing Scientology over his own daughter Siri completely turned me off. His action star shelf life is just about over anyway. Cruise does not have the draw he used to. His films are basically all the same: run, fight, shoot, run, fight, shoot, and some car chases, no dialogue at all. Tom likes to hide behind his nice guy act, but he is seriously weird. Because he doesn't want people making him look smaller than he already is. Nothing to do with your running abilities, love, and more to do with making sure Tom doesn't look any shorter. Lucky for you, you seem shorter than him." Who's the them in the headline? "I'm annoyed with this ongoing narrative that I see a female actresses having to prove their worth to their male co-stars to be taken seriously. It's ridiculous. Her quote that it was better than getting an Oscar. Know your worth, honey. The Mummy with Brendan Fraser was much better. This version was too serious. Cruise seems rather full of himself. It's not about their running ability, it's because he's shorter than most of them. Because he's a midget 4 feet. He's a total control freak. Am I the only one thinking that Cruise doesn't look like Cruise anymore? Cruise is so arrogant. Same type of movies over and over. Absent father, probably best for Siri, and his promoting Scientology. Who are his fans? The only reason there are few stories out there about the real TC and his odd lifestyle/behaviors is because of the NDA he gets everyone to sign. I can only imagine the tales that could be told. Well, for one, he doesn't want to appear shorter than the female, and two, who really run side by side during chaos and drama? Someone is always ahead of the other. I thought that he never let anyone stand next to him unless he had his box with him. Probably because they will show up his lack of height. He doesn't like people making him look short. The further back they are, the bigger he looks. She probably ran with an arched back to give him a better proportion on screen. She was great in Peaky Blinders. We all know he's a nut. How any believes in Scientology is beyond me. He chose a religion over his own daughter. He's only a little fella, so doesn't want to be seen next to life-size people without a box to stand on. He cannot ride certain rides at the amusement park. What's the point to this story when it doesn't explain why he doesn't want actors to run with him? Pointless, really. Scientology is a lie. The worst rated comments. Best actor that makes the best movies. He is a crowd puller, that's for sure. Otherwise wouldn't have lasted as a hero for so many years. Me series itself grossed $3.5 billion in total. Why bothered about his personal life or choice of faith? The Mummy, like War of the Worlds, were terrible films. Love his movies. Edge of Tomorrow was great. Has anyone ever noticed that his ex Nicole Kidman walks 10:2? He is getting old looking now. Actually he does. Check it out, rather than believe an attention seeker. What's with people bashing Tom all of a sudden? Yeah, he's a bit of an oddball, but keeps himself to himself more or less, in my opinion. If these stars don't like him, then don't act alongside him. There's always an option of no. He's really short. Tall actors have so much more screen presence. I love Tom Cruise movies. I don't care about his private life. I would love to see another Mummy movie. So, I wonder who is financing all this anti-Tom Cruise propaganda? I actually enjoyed this movie and have watched it a few times. They were taking giant steps. Tiny Tom was taking baby steps. He's starting to really look his age, isn't he? The way the media latches on every word Cruise's co-stars say about him for clicks is amazing. He stays living in his haters' minds rent-free. Well, it's his signature thing. He doesn't need a cosign. He ran next to Cameron Diaz in Night and Day. He's such a pathetic, egotistical little man. Just creepy. I can also never forget the ridiculous jumping on the sofa thing. Katie got the last laugh there though. Cruise is just sickening now. Once upon a time he had something of a charm, which has now been replaced by the permanently fake Scientology smile that's plastered on his aging and jowly face. He needs to hang up his shingles and just go roll around in his piles of cash. The most recent comments. I cannot believe a father can live and does not want anything with his flesh and bloods. What a harsh world. Money and fame and his church teachings worth nothing when compared with having strong and close family. He needs to wake up and get real. It's because they are all at least 3 foot taller. How they cast him as Jack Reacher remains a question for the ages. Quick poll. Thumbs up if Tom Cruise should run by himself. Thumbs down if Tom Cruise should share the spotlight with running mate. He has a ginormous ego. The type of guy who believes women should stay in the kitchen. This is super old. I mean so old I had to check the date. The film was in theaters in 2017. 3 years ago. Get it together DM. Lol. Does anybody even care about him anymore? All of those Mummy movies are just dumb. Same with Simon Cowell. Always stands forward, but because he's important, But because he's short. Isn't that a Brendan Fraser flick lol? Only thing I remember about that movie, it sucked bigly. Everyone else is probably too tall. He should be nicknamed Shrimpy. He is still very good looking. And there is something to be said about someone who still wants to work and does not need to do so. I found him to be very good in Born on the 4th of July. He is getting old looking now. Wow, rewriting stuff. That's not even true. He runs next to Rebecca Ferguson in MI5 and with Emily Blunt in Edge of Tomorrow and Cameron Diaz in Night and Day. She must be shorter than him in his 2 inches lifted shoes. That's why. Don't kid yourself, girl. If you were taller it would be a hard no. He's so insecure. That's why even though he let you run, you're behind him. He's more special than you and will demean you no matter what. I can't believe I just read a story about who could or could not run next to someone. Because she's shorter than him. Duh. It's because he doesn't want people to see how short he is. All his money goes to Scientology. Why help him fund them? Such a creep. I'm so happy I got to run next to Tom Cruise. This woman needs a higher standard of accomplishment. He's such a creep. The problem was not with the film or its premise. The problem lay in casting Tom Cruise. He was too old. He looked ridiculous with the young mummy trying to kiss him. A Dark Universe series sounds awesome. Hope they try it again with the right people. Wow. That nose job completely changed her face. Eyes Wide Shut was awful. That was actually the last one I tried to watch of his. Just don't care for him, so I'm not paying a dime to see his movies regardless if some think they are good or not. I will never get Hollywood math. If I spent $125 million and made $409 million I would do it every year I was able to. There is something going on in the background they don't talk about. He's such a weirdo. I wish cancel culture would eat him alive next. Because he's a deadbeat father shrimp. Funny, because our family loves Cruise movies, but when he runs he always makes us laugh. Because of the way he holds his arms at perfect 90-foot angles, and his palms both straight and flat, and the exaggerated breathing, it cracks us up. He obviously thinks it looks good on screen.
That concludes the video. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Personally, I think it would be good for Tom to be in a movie where he doesn't have any creative control and he is just treated like any other actor. Him having so much influence is starting to be a bad thing because it's basically the same movie over and over. Please like and subscribe for at least 4 videos a week.